Hey guys, so these are instructions for how to complete your next assignment for our next class period, which is March 26th and 27th, this Thursday, Friday, that's tomorrow and the next day, which are also, by the way, the last days before spring break. So just to make sure everybody knows, we are not doing any school stuff from March 30th, this upcoming Monday, all the way through what is the next month? April? Yeesh, we're already in April. Well, almost. Till April 3rd. This week is all spring break, so don't do school stuff, because I won't be either. Actually, that's not true. I'm going to be planning what we do when we come back, which will be exciting. But we will get to all that when we actually come back. For now, all we need to worry about is March 26th and 27th. So here I am just on my website. You guys have hopefully been on here a lot this past 2 weeks. So down at the very, very bottom of the March 18th to 27th menu area is our assignment for this class period. So basically all it says here on the website is that we are going to be finishing up Research Quest and finally answering the question, what actually happened at the quarry? So it tells you to go to Canvas and complete the assignment in Canvas called Research Quest Conclusion, What Really Happened. So let me start from the beginning here in Canvas and help you find it, hopefully. If you log on to Canvas and you see your dashboard, then you should click into Science. And here it is. In your Coming Up area, in fact, I'll even go to Student View, so it looks exactly the same for me as it does for you guys. Okay, so your to-do list looks something like this. We are focusing on the Research Quest Conclusion assignment. So if you click into that, you should see all of this. So it's got all of your instructions here. In order to, let's see, there are what, 4 questions? In order to submit your answers to them, you have to click the Submit Assignment button at the top, and then it opens up this text box for you to type in your answers. 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, etc., etc., 4, and then you can hit, down here at the bottom should be Submit Assignment again, and you can click that, and your assignment is submitted, and you are done. But I wanted to walk you through these instructions because they are a bit tricky, so you can watch me complete them and then hopefully finish them on your own, no problem, okay? So, in the instructions, it says before we begin the assignment, we should open up Research Quest by going to this website here and entering the code. So I am going to do that now. You can follow along or pause the video and do this on your own or whatever. Our only goal now is to open up Research Quest. Whoops, that's not what I want. So I'm going to go to researchquest.org/student. Oh, and it's not going to make me put the code in. I've already done that earlier today while getting all this ready for you guys. When you first go here, it should ask for the code, which again is right here. Just type the code in, and then you should see this screen. So we're going to navigate back into the investigation we've been working on, which is here, what happened at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. Maybe. There we go. And we now have Research Quest open. So if we go back to our instructions, we are supposed to now answer each of the questions below in the text box. Oh, and by the way, there will be a link to this video here once I'm done making the video, so you can find it there as well, not just on the website. Okay, for number 1, it says in the progress bar at the bottom of the Research Quest screen, click on 4. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So if I go to the bottom of the screen, we have this progress bar, right? I just learned about this recently. It's kind of a cheaty way to get to where you were before without having to click through all of the screens. So we are going to click on 4, and that takes us here. You should have seen this before. Oh, by the way, if you're just joining us and you're just starting Research Quest, Just follow along. Don't worry about any old stuff. You're just going to do this assignment. Okay, so we clicked on 4. Going back to our instructions, we have gotten to the screen, Carey's Field Notes from the Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. That's what we're on. Then it wants us to click on the Modern Examples button near the bottom of the page. Let's do that. That's right here, Modern Examples. Click. So, back to the instructions. It says, read through these examples, and then based on Carey's field notes, the skeletal data, bone bed data, and environmental data stuff that we've already looked at, which of these events do you think happened at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry? So what I would like you to do, if I can get back to it, here we go, is read through the descriptions of these 6 modern bone beds. In other words, bone beds that have formed more recently, and we already know what happened there. Like this one, floodwaters and river currents, this just happened in 1974. 3,000 bison were killed in Wood Buffalo National Park. And so we can click into that, read more about it, and see what this bone bed caused by floodwaters and river currents actually looks like. Now, your goal here is to decide which one of these most closely resembles the bone bed at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. Now, we already know a lot about the quarry, right? If you click back here, then it takes you into Carey's field notes again. We know all these facts about what happened at the quarry, things that give us hints to try to construct the story of why all these dinosaurs died here. So use these as you're looking at these modern examples and maybe be like, oh, well, I know that siltstone exists at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry, which means there must have been water, so I think that floodwaters could have happened, right? You're just trying to decide, based on all of those facts that we've analyzed in here, which of these modern examples seems most likely? Which one do you think actually happened at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry? Okay, so your first question here simply asks you to tell me which of those events do you think happened. Okay, that's number 1. Now, for number 2, you have to show me some of the evidence you're using here. You can't just be making claims willy-nilly, because we are scientists, and we demand evidence, right? We always demand evidence. So you need to list for me 3 pieces of evidence from Carey's field notes that support your idea. Okay, so you've picked one of these modern examples. Perhaps you think, oh, tar pits definitely happened there. This makes the most sense. Okay, well, you need to tell me what of these facts that we have here support that idea. So you can use any of these facts. One's from the, what was this one? The skeletal data. You can click into that and use this. You can click into bone bed and use any of these. Or you could click into environmental data and use any of these. So here's an example. Maybe you picked hidden tar pits. You think that tar pits are what happened at the Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. Well, we need some data to support that, right? Some evidence. So perhaps you use number 3. There's no evidence of charcoal found in the bone bed. So you could say something like, well, you don't even have to give an explanation. But here's why I think this one applies. If there was charcoal found at the bone bed, then we would think that a fire probably happened there, right? So since we don't find charcoal here, we don't think a fire happened, which means it could have been a tar pit. Okay? So simply pick 3 facts from any of Carey's field notes that support your idea. Okay? Any of the ones in here. And just list them. You do not have to explain. Just list them. Okay? Now, for number 3, I want you to continue working in Research Quest. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Kind of click through a little bit so you can see what's coming. When you're ready to work on number 3, you're just going to click the next button. You'll watch this video here. Then it's going to have you take a little tiny quiz. Now I'm just going to click through it. I'm not even going to read these. I would like you to read them and do your best to answer correctly. Here's another one. I think there's 3 questions. Again, I'm just clicking randomly, but I would like you to do your very best. Here's the 3rd question, just clicking through. Okay, so Carrie and I did not agree. I got 2 out of those 3 questions wrong. So it's going to take me back to this screen, and it's hoping that I will read through more stuff and get a better idea. If it does that to you, you can just click ready for the next step. It's going to have you answer a couple additional questions for kind of analyzing, okay, well, how is our evidence for our explanation? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it strong? Is it weak? So here we've got some examples of another class. This is actually real data submitted by another class who did this. So they had the idea that a flood must have happened. Here they list some of their supporting evidence. Here they list some of their disconfirming evidence. And you're going to tell them some feedback for their argument. So click the answer that you think is correct. Again, you guys are going to be reading through this carefully. I am not reading through at all right now. I think there are 3 that you go through. Yep, here we go. So you'll answer those. I got them all wrong, so again, it's going to ask me to review. You can just click next step if it does that to you. And then we are just about ready for the coolest part of this. We are going to share our argument. So when you get to this screen here, you're going to type in your name, your explanation, a flood, or whatever. Strong evidence, claystone exists there. Weak evidence, there were 2 turtles found. Now, please don't use my answers here. I want you to use your own evidence based on what you think happened there. And questions that might help us gather more evidence. Oh, I don't know. Are there marks in the rock that could have been created by rushing water? Just making stuff up. I don't know. Okay, so please fill this out and fill it out carefully. In fact, this is your question number 3. As you continue working through Research Quest, you're going to share your argument with me. That submission gets sent to me, and it is part of your grade for this assignment. I just want to be able to actually see your thinking. Okay, so you'll fill it out, if I can get back to the screen. Then you'll hit submit, and that will be sent to me. And this is the most exciting part of all, even more than sharing your argument. Here we get to see the leading scientific explanations for what happened at Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry. Which leads us into question number 4. You're going to be shown 4 videos explaining the 4 most likely explanations for what happened here. I want you to watch all 4 of them and then tell me, now that you've come up with your own idea and you have heard the 4 leading theories from paleontologists, what do you think happened at the quarry? Type your answer. It doesn't have to be very in-depth. Just tell me what you think happened. And then, believe it or not, guys, you are done with Research Quest. Holy moly. Done. So you can submit your assignment, and that is it, you guys. After you finish that, you are ready to go have spring break. So try to do something fun. Please don't hang out with your friends because they've got germs, right? And we're all trying to socially distance ourselves. But go on lots of walks, maybe even get up into the mountains or something like that, and just relax for a week. At the end of spring break, we'll come back together and we're going to keep on keeping on. We'll see you guys later.